Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Blue Fern Yarn Podcast. My name is Shannon and I am the dyer and knitter behind Blue Fern Yarns. Today is Sunday the 3rd of October and today is a little bit different because I'm actually recording in the afternoon. Normally when I record I do it first thing in the morning, get it over and done with, and then just do the editing a bit by bit throughout the day. And yeah, that's usually what I do. But today I'm actually recording in the afternoon, and that is mostly because Tom and I popped out for a wander around Holt Market. There's usually one every Sunday in Holt, and yeah, just went out there for a little while, which was lovely, just to walk around, meet some lovely new makers, and I've got a bit more information about that, so I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Today I have got a few goodies. I've got a few finished objects, a couple of finished objects, a couple of whips, a few goodies to show you which I bought earlier on today, which I will show you. And also to announce the winner for the Blue Fern Yarns finished objects. So yeah, where can you find me? You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry and Facebook as Blue Fern Yarns. You can contact me via email, which is bluefernyarns@gmail.com, or you can find me on my own website, which is bluefernyarns.co.uk, where you can find my hand-dyed yarns, higher knitting needles and crochet hooks, and other notions. You've got some handmade project bags by my mum, which is Miss Mandy Lou on Instagram. What else can you find on there? You can find all sorts of things on there, like wool wash and stuff like that as well. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of the admin stuff. So I am doing a continuous make along with basically I wanted a way to give back to all of my lovely customers, and it is basically I also love to see like all the finished objects that you've made using my yarns. Unfortunately I don't have the ability to knit all day every day despite wanting to. So I can't always make a sample of something in every single pattern in every single one of my yarns. So I also wanted a way to see what you guys are making with my yarns, and so far you lot are giving me a lot of ideas for different patterns to add to my to-do list, which is brilliant, but I need time to do them. So we'll worry about the time later and we'll just deal with the want to make list. So yeah, anyway, so it's just, you can either enter on Ravelry or you can enter on Instagram, or you can enter on both. It is entirely up to you. You will get an extra entry if you enter on one on Instagram, one on Ravelry. So there's a thread on Ravelry, and I will link all of this detail below. There is a hashtag on Instagram which is Blue Fern Yarns FOs, and I'll pop that on the screen. And again, it's all down below anyway. And then what I do once a quarter is, so end of September, end of December, end of March and end of June. I will count up all of those that have entered in between those 3-month periods, and draw a prize. So just because you entered in last quarter doesn't mean you can't enter in next quarter, because your name will still be in there. So always a good thing. And there weren't too many entries this time, but there were a few, and it was so lovely just to see the different things that you've got. So you've got socks in there, you've got shawls in there, and there's loads of different patterns as well. I've added a couple to my to-do list, as I said. And I wrote down all the names for the entries on Ravelry and Instagram all in one list, put a number next to it, and asked Tom just to pick a random number between 1 and I think it was 7, because that was how many people who had entered, and he picked a number, and the winner is Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit, She knit a gorgeous shawl. It's massive. And she knitted in her favourite yellows, because I don't know if you follow her, she does have a YouTube and Instagram and everything like that, as Ruth loves to knit. And her favourite colour is yellow, and she bought and she used in the shawl was my turmeric colourway, Oh Honey Honey and Be Beautiful. And this shawl is amazing, it is so beautiful, and I now cannot remember the name of the shawl. I didn't write the name of the shawl down, so I'll have to put that all down below. But congratulations, Ruth, and thank you for taking part. If you could get in touch for this one, I thought I would offer a free skein from my shop, so you can either pick something that's in stock now, you could save it up for later, it's entirely up to you. Yeah, it is entirely up to you, or if you want to do something, if you want a special skein just for you, and we could talk about a different colour that you're actually sort of wanting, we could maybe do that as well. So Ruth, if you could get in touch either on Instagram or my email, which is bluefernYarns@gmail.com, that would be great, and we can sort that one out. Yes, so if you want to enter for future giveaways and things like that, feel free. As I said, the prizes are going to be random. They could be yarn, they could be project bags, they could be anything sort of yarn, knitting, crochet, weaving, anything yarn craft related. So if you watched I can't remember if it was the last episode or the one before that, I had discovered DK socks, and I think I showed these on the last one. I wasn't quite finished with them. So here is another pair of DK socks, and it's just sort of my own recipe pattern type thing. I base it on my shorty sock pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry and on my website as well. But obviously the number count is slightly different because you use DK yarn rather than sock yarn, and I am planning on writing this out as a bit of a pattern. There are loads out there anyway, but yeah, there's loads out there. I've done all the work with regards to figuring out the numbers. I'm just testing one more larger size, or I will be when I actually get some time to sit down. But yeah, at some point I'm sure I will. So yeah, this is just another pair of DK socks. They're for me. They're just using a seconds skein, although it looks very clean and neat. But there must be on the rest of what I've got left over, there were a couple of patches of colour that shouldn't have been on there. So it was just this sort of silver fern colourway, and then it's just a random scrap of DK Blackberry. I think it was called Blackberry was the yarn. So yeah, I've got another pair of DK socks. So I don't want to talk about too much because I have done a bit of a blurb about them on the last podcast. So I've got them, and now that I've shown you guys, because they've been sat down for a while because I couldn't wear them because I haven't shown you guys yet. So I make sure that I show you guys before I wear them. Anyway, and actually I've just realised I've not told you that I'm actually wearing my Trescoa jumper. It's by Anna, I can never remember her name, Avec Along, Anna Avec Along. No, can't remember. I'll put it on the screen and I'll put it in the down bar below. But I used my own hand dyed yarn, and this is in the colourway Concrete, and you can tell that I was very good. I alternated my skeins, and yeah, this is what it is. And I have to admit, my mum did the sleeves for me because this was before I did sock knitting. And I just wasn't getting on with them, so my mum did them for me. But now that I do sock knitting, I've got no excuse, so I can't just ask mum politely to do it. I don't know. Maybe again one day. We'll see. Anyway, so I've got another finished object to show you. And surprisingly, it is another pair of socks. And I cast on... When did I cast on? Basically, I finished them within less than a week. Within, like, I think it was 4 or 5 days. And then, so you can tell that it's a pair of socks. And they are in a new colourway that is coming to the shop on the 7th of October, but I will give you a bit more information about that at the end of the podcast. So these are my Christmas socks. Ta-da! And honestly, I could not be happier about them. I absolutely love them. So they're going to be called Holly and Ivy. And that's sort of how they knit up. So you've got the holly is just there for the holly berries. And also, I suppose you've got the green in there as well. And then you've got like the ivy, which is just here. And oh my gosh, I just absolutely love them. They're pretty true to colour actually. They're looking pretty... Yeah, they're looking very, very true to colour. Normally reds and greens kind of blow out quite a bit on the camera, but no, today they seem to be working quite well. Yeah. Yeah, very well. But yeah, so these are a new Christmas colourway that I'm doing. And actually, so for the pattern, it's just, again, it's my own, I suppose it's like a recipe, but I use my shorty sock pattern, but obviously I've got more ribbing and obviously a longer leg. I've done 1x1 twisted rib. I've just knitted a number of rows. I can't remember, I did write them down. I think it was like 51, 52, because I don't like a really, really long leg, basically. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't like a really, really long leg, and then just the heel flap and gusset, and then just a standard wedge toe. But yeah, absolutely love these. And this sock set is going to be slightly different to sort of your standard sock sets where you get 100 grams or 50 grams and then you get a 20 gram mini. So I used 2 50-gram skeins, and I've got about that much left, and each one is about 20 grams left. So I am pretty confident that for my size of foot and the length of my foot, I should be able to get a pair of shorties out of these as well. Obviously, I know that because of my foot, but if you've got a longer foot, you may not do that. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can actually stripe the 2 colours. So you've got like a couple of rows of red, couple of rows of green, and all the way down. Obviously it won't be a long one, it will just be a shorty one, so it will just come up to about here. But yeah, when I've got more time again, I'm going to have a go at that. But yeah, absolutely love these colours. I feel like I'm just going on and on about this, but honestly, it was so much fun. Love these. Anyway, but yeah, they're my Christmas socks. And basically they're my finished objects. They're all my finished objects. I have got a couple of whips. So what am I going to show you first? I'll do this one first. So I think last time I said that I wasn't going to show you this one every time because I may not get much of it done. But I'll show you anyway. So this project bag is from Sealed with a Stitch. And there is her little tag. And yeah, so this is just a crochet blanket that I am doing. I can't tell you the name of the stitch because I don't really know what it is. But I am going to write this up as a pattern once I've got this one as a sample as well, because this one's a lot bigger than the pink one I took photographs of. but you can tell it is quite massive. So yes, I kind of chained a random number of stitches. I have written the number down for the pattern, but I haven't, can't remember what it is from the top of my head. And I've got loads. It's a massive stash buster. If you've got like loads of odds and ends and sort of 10 gram skeins, 20 gram skeins that you have had in your stash for ages but don't know what to do, this one's a really good one. But yeah, you can just see sort of how long. Still going. If I fold it in half, it looks really, really small, but it really isn't. So that's half. I don't know if you can see all of that, but yeah. So all I did was get together a load of scraps of yarn, put them in an order that I wanted, and I've got random balls of yarn just here. And I did take a photograph of the order that I want them to go in, so it makes a bit of a fade. It's not complete fade. Some of them fade really well, all the way up to about here, and then I think it goes really, really harsh. But you have got some purples and pinks and reds that goes into it all. But I just love the overall effect that I'm getting from it all. Oh, I love it. Anyway, so yeah, so I think actually, have I got it on here? Oh, I do. So I was up to about here last time. So I'd done from here up last time, and then that's how much I've done this time, which doesn't seem like a lot, but actually it does take a while to do one row. And because the sun keeps coming and going, it looks like the lighting keeps going off funny, so I'm really sorry about that, but hopefully you can get the idea of it. And yeah, that's basically what I've been working on when I haven't been doing this project. So this one is in my project bag from my mum. So this was a birthday present from Miss Mandy Lou. And it's her largest project bag that she does. And I've got these gorgeous sort of ties. I couldn't think of the word ties just then. And also it's got some gorgeous fabric on the inside. I love this fabric. I couldn't even tell you why I really, really love it. I just do. But anyway, so I think I mentioned before that when I was doing my Whitmoor cardigan, I had finished it and I showed my nan and she said she loved it. So she basically wants one for herself. I'm going to close that blind, see if that actually makes a bit of a difference to the light, because that's keeps blowing out a little bit. Anyway, so she really likes the Whitmoor cardigan, and for those of you that don't know what it looks like, it's kind of like this. I'm not doing the, they call bishop sleeves. I'm not doing the bishop sleeves, they're just doing the sort of standard tapered sleeve. And there is another picture, but it's almost like white on white, so you can't really see it very clearly, so I picked that picture just to show you because it's a bit more easy to see. And it's by Amy Loudon, and it is such a well written pattern. I really enjoy doing it, and yeah, I just think everyone should make one of them because they are lovely. So yeah, my nan came up here and she was like, oh, what colour does she want her cardigan in? And she picked this colour, which is Summer Skies, but it's coming out a little bit darker on the screen, probably because I've closed the blind now. It is a bit paler than it's looking on the camera. It's a semi-solid colourway. But anyway, so she's picked that, and I cast it on not that long ago. And I've managed to do all of the lace. So I think I've been knitting on this I hadn't cast on when I last recorded, which was about 3 weeks ago. So I've only done this in about 2 and a bit weeks. It's going to be quite difficult to show you because obviously it's lace, it's all pulled together. Well, actually that's quite good. Although it's still looking a lot darker on the screen. It's a bit more of a paler blue. But anyway, so I have split the sleeves and I've done probably about 8-9 centimetres of past the sleeve split. I don't know what you call it. Past the armpit, we'll go with that. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving this. I think it is looking really good. The only thing I haven't done on this one, which I did on mine, is for the button band. I'm just going to stand up and see if I can show you. For the button band, it does suggest using like a DPN to work the smaller ribbing. So this is, I'm not going to tell you all of it, but so it says that you cast on and you've got a smaller needle for the ribbing at the top, and then it says you continue that smaller needle basically to do this side. I haven't done that, I've just kept it as the same size as what I'm knitting on, because on my cardigan I kept getting really frustrated with it and I kept stabbing myself every 5 minutes. I ripped out the needle a couple of times and that was the only thing that's really fiddly about the pattern. It is gorgeous, it is lovely, it looks amazing, it's very effective, as you can sort of see it stretched out a little bit there. But yeah, so that's the only thing I have done different on this one compared to what I did on my one, and obviously the colour. But yeah, and she wants it quite long, so I've got a way to go because it's about there, so it's still got a way to go. She wants it quite long and she wants long sleeves. So, sorry, that's the cat. I don't know if he's going to come in and say hello. Bennett! Hello, come on then. Hold on. Come on. He might go up on the windowsill because he normally sleeps up there. But anyway, so yeah, this is the cardigan that I'm making for my nan. And I've said to myself that even when Stephen West's MCAL comes out, because I am taking part this year, even when that comes out, I am going to make sure that I do 4 to 6 rows on that cardigan every day until it's finished. But yeah, we'll see sort of how that goes. Just going to say, bring Bennett up here so you can say hello. You going to say hello? You going to say hello to everyone? No, you're going to keep quiet now, aren't you? You can keep quiet. Yeah, he's going to keep quiet. He just wants to cuddle, which is going to make the next bit really difficult. Yeah, he doesn't care, does he? So for those of you that don't know, this is my cat Bennett. He is my baby boy. Even though he is quite a big cat, look. He's quite a big cat. He's not a little one, are you? No, not a little one. No, anyway. Yeah, I'll carry on because this is about knitting and yarn, not not about Bennett. And yeah, so I can show you this cardigan as much as I want on this podcast because I know that my nan doesn't watch it, so it is fine. And Mum, if you try and show her the podcast, I'm not going to be very happy, even though she knows what she's getting. And he's just plucked my jumper. No, you just plucked my jumper. How dare you? You're going down then. Anyway, he's not plucked it too bad. It's already gone back in, so that's fine. Always panic about that with hand knits. I don't know if anyone else does or whether it's just me, but anyway, So I am now going to tell you about some yarny goodness about what I purchased. So as I mentioned today, this has actually been recorded in the afternoon, which is another reason why I record in the afternoon, because in the morning, because the sun comes in, which isn't too bad now that I've closed the blind, but I don't like closing the sun out of the house. But anyway, I met the lovely Gianna Knowles, I think her name is, from Norfolk Knots, and she's a knitwear designer, and I'm just going to show you. I don't know if I can show you. There's a better pattern. I'll have a look in a minute. But she has designed this field flint shawl, and it is absolutely stunning. You can see it just there as well. And yeah, we saw her at Holt at the market. I don't know if I can show you without showing you any of the pattern. But yeah, so she's a knitwear designer, but she also, on her website and everything like that, she sells hand-dyed yarn. Not that she does them, but hand-dyed yarn by other people. She's got some natural dyed yarns and some sort of chemical dyed yarns, which is what I do. I do the chemical dye, but I've got an interest in the natural dyes because I am looking at potentially, it's laying down, potentially having a go at that, mainly because I want to have a go. But yeah, we're going to see if we can bring out some natural dyed yarns. But we'll watch this space. That's not right now. That's going to be a way down the line. And I've got another picture just here where you can see a bit more of it. It's next to some flint. But it is absolutely gorgeous. And she recommends doing it. You can do it in as many colours as you want, but she says that the best one that she found was using 3 different colours. And she was a lovely lady. She was really nice to speak to. So yeah, definitely recommend checking out her patterns. I will find out her website and I will find where she sells all of her patterns and everything like that. She said on Ravelry, but I haven't looked on there yet. But she's got some lovely patterns. She's got some mitts, she's got some hats, she's got some single skein shawls. She's obviously got this one. And yes, but I also purchased some yarn from her. So this is just in my my bag that I just keep. It used to be a project bag, but I just keep it in my handbag and use it whenever you know, when everyone's got like a canvas bag in their bag, because nobody does plastic bags anymore, which is a great thing. This is mine. So this is why it's still in here, because I haven't even taken it out yet. But yes, I bought 3 skeins from her, and they're in the natural dyed yarns. They're also bases I've never used before, because again, for those of you that don't know, I only started knitting in April in 2020. Yeah, and I kind of just flew with it because I had so much fun. And yeah, so I got 3 colours, 3 skeins. They're these colours. They are absolutely stunning. They're from a company called Gorgeous Yarns. I haven't even had a chance to look at them fully yet. So I don't know what else they'll do. But next time when I cast this on, because I hope to make this shawl out of these 3 colours, I'll find out a bit more information. I can tell you a bit more about the yarn. But it's Gorgeous Yarn, so Gianna doesn't actually dye the yarns, she just stocked some hand dyed yarns. And this one says BFL 4-ply, and it's called Saxon Blue. It's 100 grams, 400 meters, but it says BFL 4-ply, so I'm assuming it's 100% BFL. But I don't really know, but you've got these gorgeous tones of blue in there. I think that's just absolutely stunning. Yeah, I love that. And then I've got another one. They're all from Gorgeous Yarns. This one is British Corriedale 4-ply. It says indigo and corn marigolds. Again, it's 100 grams. It's got 400 meters. And yeah, so you've got these various blues and you've got some greens in there. Some of the greens are not really coming through on camera very well. They look a bit more like there. It looks really washed out on the camera, but it really isn't. So yeah, I've got those two. And then I wanted, because we're all about Stephen West at the moment and his pop of colour. And this is so not a colour I would get, but I love it. And it's BFL. Again, it's from Gorgeous Yarns. It's BFL and it's called, I think it's Madder. I think that's what she's trying to write there, Madder. Don't know what that means. Again, 100 grams. But I just thought that those together would look lovely on that shawl. So yeah, and I don't usually use BFL because I've had experiences of it in the past and it's been very, very rough and I really didn't like it. But actually this is quite soft. I'm all about the soft yarn, but this one's quite soft. And then you've got the British Corriedale as well, which is also, again, another one that I felt ages and ages ago, but it was really, really rough. And I don't like the really rough yarns. I like the so soft next to the skin, like this is merino. Yeah, I don't want to have to wear something underneath a jumper just to be able to wear the jumper. I get too hot. I then don't see the point in making the jumper if you're never going to wear it. But yeah, these are gorgeous and potentially going to change my mind in stocking BFL or British Corriedale in my shop in the future. Maybe, we don't know. But these are all naturally dyed. Can't tell you too much about it because I don't really know natural dyes. Like I said, it's something that I want to look into and hopefully we'll see some in the shop one day. But yes, that's what I've got. And that is pretty much it. Oh no, I did buy, actually, it's not yarn related as such, but I did buy, if I can find it, so it's in the bottom of the bag and it's from Brewing Creativity. So hopefully that will come up properly and it's not blurry. In fact, I'm going to turn it around because you've got their contact details on the back, in case you're interested. They do these gorgeous, they've got like yearly diaries, they've got calendars, they've got notebooks, they've got pens, they've got, it's basically stationery heaven. If you like, I love my stationery. And I bought myself a to-do list booklet. So it's obviously they're all the same. And I just bought myself one of these. And one of the reasons I wanted to use it is because I am actually dropping a day in my full-time job. So from a 5-day week, I'm going to a 4-day week, which means I'm dropping Wednesdays. And I'm really super excited about it. I'm very, very nervous as well. It is a full weekday dedicated to Blue Fern Yarns only. I'm so excited. Just to have that extra time to be able to do a bit more for Blue Fern Yarns. Maybe be slightly more regular in my recording and my podcasts. I haven't quite set the day aside yet as to how it will work, but my first 4-day week is actually next week. It's been in the pipeline for a little while. And yeah, so there is other things that I will no doubt be doing. But yeah, I'm really, really super excited. And but yeah, anyway, that's what's going on with that. And then shop update news. Shop news, whatever you want to call it. feel like I'm rambling. I'm just rambling and rambling today. But anyway, so yes, the next shop update is on Thursday the 7th of October, which is Thursday coming if you're watching this in advance of Thursday the 7th. And it's basically my Christmas shop update. So you may have seen that there is a bit of a sneak peek of yarn behind me just there. Just sneaking, just that lot. And yes, basically I am doing, yeah, it's just a Christmas shop update. There will be a few other colourways that is just going to be updated as well, but mostly Christmas new stuff. So you've got the holly and ivy sock sets, which will be going in the shop. You will also be able to pre-order the 100 gram skeins on their own if you prefer just the 100 gram skeins, because I keep eyeing this up for a jumper of some sort. Haven't quite decided what pattern yet. Don't know, haven't got time for pattern knitting at the moment. I have also dyed up all of the advents. I forgot to tell you about that lot. So I've dyed up all of the advents. I am so over the moon on how amazing they look. I love them. I really love them. And I hope you guys do too. I've got a couple more 100 gram skeins just to pop in the pans. But the colours are all done. And I spent all day yesterday packing them up. That's not the bit that I enjoy. I like the dyeing, I like the winding, I like the seeing it all together. It's just the packing, it's a bit, I don't really like that bit. I think next time I'll hire mum. I'll hire mum for the day and see if she wants to pack some for me. If I do them again, hopefully I will. But anyway, so yeah, they will be going out towards mid to end of October. I have had one person ask me if I can keep hold of it for a little bit longer, so that one will be going out early November. I keep looking up there because I'm trying to look at the calendar, but anyway. So yeah, they're all done, which means I have got my Christmas colourways coming. Some of them are going to be available on dye to order, but I will be doing quite a few updates of these. So holly and ivy sock sets. These are going to be sold, as I mentioned, in 50 gram skein sets. So you get two 50 gram skeins, and they're just ever so slightly variegated. So you can see what they look like here, where you've got like the darker patches and you've got the lighter patches, darker again there. And then this is how they knit out. So you've got that. So yes, as I said, they're going to be in their 250 gram skeins per sock set. But like I said, you can also pre-order the 100 grams of either. So this will be ivy, this one will be called holly. And then also I'm doing another sock set, and it's just called It's Christmas because why not? It's Christmas. So this is a sock that I did ages ago, so excuse the scrubbiness because it has been very well worn, and this is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like in the skein. And yeah, I thought I would create little sock sets that go with it because I think this is gorgeous. It does like a micro striping effect where you've got the red and the white, and then you've got the red and the green, and then you've got the white again. So yeah, it does this micro striping effect, and it just, same on both sides obviously. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and so I thought I'd do some sock sets for that. So you can get these in 100 grams with a 20 gram mini, or 50 grams and a 20 gram mini. So there is that one. And then I've got another 100 gram skein that's going to go in, well, skeins, it's going to be multiple, and there is. But it hasn't got a name yet, so it is this little beauty, which is a bit brighter and it's lovely. You've got greens, you've got blues, you've got turquoise, you've got some with like delicate speckles, you've got some with quite heavy speckles. It's just, oh, I can't wait. I have pinched a skein of this as well. my stash is growing. Pinched a skein of this so that I can make something in it. I don't know what. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I love that. So if you've got any ideas for names, that would be fab. Please pop them in the comments. I do love reading all of your comments. But yeah, any ideas for names, that would be lovely. I was thinking magical, but it's just, could be magical, I don't know. What do you think? Not sure. Yeah, I can't think of a name. Oh. But yes, anyway, so this will be available. I do have quite a few skeins available ready to ship on both 4-ply and DK, but there will be a dye to order listing as well, in case you don't quite catch the ones that are in stock. So the ones will be in stock, shipped. The orders made first. It'll be first come, first serve, basically. I can't get my words out. I can smell food because Tom's cooked lunch for us, and I'm like, I really want to go and eat. But yeah, so hopefully you quite enjoy all of those. So these are all of my Christmas sets, Christmas yarns for 2021. And yeah, hopefully you like those. And yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's everything. I just want to say thank you if you have stuck with me all the way through to the end. That has been lovely. I do currently have a bit of a sale on my website at the moment. You get 20% off all in-stock items. And that can be needles, that can be project bags, that can be yarn, it can be whatever is on my website is 20% off. And if you use the code 2 years, that is available until the end of Monday the 4th of October, British Standard Time. And yeah, and the reason for that is because Blue Fern Yarns has turned 2. It was the 1st of October 2019 that Blue Fern Yarns started. How I started Blue Fern Yarns, it was amazing, and I can't believe it. I could not get here without any of you customers, my lovely customers, lovely subscribers, people who just like, comment, share. I think you save as well on Instagram or anything like that. And yeah, it's a way for me to say thank you is to give you guys 20% off. But yes, be quick, because the stock is running quite low at the moment. So I do need to do a lot of that, but there will be Christmas stuff coming on Thursday. But yes, just want to say thank you so much. If you want to watch future videos of mine, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yes, I will see you next time. Bye.